which are perceived to be the most under attack in Pakistan: freedom of the press and the related right to information, and the rights of women, including the right of girls to be educated. Her Excellency Kaminara wanted to see a lady judge in the Supreme Court. What she failed to mention is that a lady judge was appointed for the first time in Balochistan, who rose to the rank of Chief Justice of Balochistan. Asma Jahangir became the President of Pakistan, President of the Supreme Court Bar Association of Pakistan. There was some conference which she had arranged, and there was a large Indian contingent. I said, your nation has still not had a lady as the President of your Bar Association. Yes. Another distinction for this country is, and that is a distinction amongst 50 Muslim countries of the world, we had the first Muslim Prime Minister. Yes. Justice Athar Milana has said a number of things which I did, and he has complimented Kur Sahab, who we're also a bit scared of. And he mentioned judges who did not take oath. He forgot to mention the first of them. He was from Balochistan as well, Justice Dora Patel. It is a dismal situation. Unless you don't own up to the truth, there is no chance for redemption. The World Press Freedom Index evaluates 180 countries and ranks them according to the prevalence of press freedom. In 2017 and 2018, Pakistan stood at the very low 139th position of the Freedom Index. We've slipped down to the 145th position. This is unforgivable. Why do I say that? We were amongst the first countries of the world who signed up to the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. The first 48 signatories, Pakistan was there. Liaquat Ali Khan signed it. And what did this Universal Declaration of Human Rights say in its Article 19? Everyone has the right to freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media and regardless of frontiers. That was not all. This was an international document. Pakistan enacted what we refer to as the Objectives Resolution. And this too was done by the first Prime Minister of Pakistan in the year 1949 by the Constituent Assembly. And it has formed part of every constitution of Pakistan till today. And today too, it is part of the preamble of the constitution, but its status has now been raised as it has now become a substantive part of the constitution since the year 1985. And from this I will read: freedom of thought and expression must be ensured. And another portion of this Objectives Resolution, which we sometimes forget to mention, is the role of the founder of this great nation, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. And this Objective Resolution binds us all to be faithful to the declaration made by the founder of Pakistan, Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, that Pakistan would be a democratic state based on Islamic principles of social justice. Democracy, you don't beg for democracy, it is your right to demand democracy. One of the greatest constitutional minds that the subcontinent produced was Jinnah. And as far back as the press, he was commenting about the Press Act of 1910. 1910, 111 years ago. And he called it a striking blow at the liberty of the press, which we all prize. And I again quote the great leader: gagging the legitimate constitutional expression of the public opinion and criticism of the government by banning meetings and processions and other executive methods by which the police and the administration are used not only to gag the free expression of opinion and criticism, which are the elementary rights of the citizen, but have destroyed all semblance of civil liberties and have by various methods chloroformed the press. I will not pass judgment on today's press. You are better. An international organization will better do that. He stood before in the Imperial Legislative Council, of which he was a member, and spoke truth to a foreign occupying power. Do these words resonate today? That is your call. Are you going to keep millions and millions of people trodden under your feet for fear that they may demand more rights? Are you going to keep them? Are you going to keep them in ignorance and darkness forever and for all ages to come, because they may stand up against you and say that we have certain rights and